This course is presented by TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios.
And now, to the glory of God and the benefit of listeners everywhere, it's iPad for all computing.
Praise God. Once again, my friends, welcome. This is iPad for All Computing Session 5. And I do want to remind you that we will have Session 6 tomorrow. We are actually meeting tomorrow instead of Wednesday. So be prepared to come back into this session again tomorrow. No regular help session. Instead, we have a class tomorrow right here. Use the iPad link because it's an iPad class. So if you're listening live, be aware of that. Monday and Tuesday this week, no Wednesday class. We do not have class on Wednesday, the 4th of March, nor do we have it next Monday. So we will meet today and tomorrow, and then we will meet next Tuesday, the 10th, and Wednesday, the 11th. So it's Monday, Tuesday. Next week is Tuesday, Wednesday. And then we'll be back to, we'll be meeting 3 times a week for the rest of March, and we'll keep you posted on all the scheduling stuff beyond that. But just be aware of that. Class tomorrow, no class Wednesday, no class Monday of next week. Class next Tuesday and Wednesday. All right. That said, today's going to be kind of an interesting opportunity for us to share some various aspects of use on the iPad that can just really enhance the productivity experience. And I will say this. Tomorrow, we're going to learn all about keyboards. So you do not want to miss that session. We've already discussed the menu bar. Tomorrow, we're going to bring it together with keyboards. Got a presentation from Trainer Cliff related to that, and I'll be doing some teaching on that as well. Next week, we really get into the apps. Okay, so next week, we're going to hit the ground running with apps, messages, notes, calendar, on and on. We're going to have 3 or 4 sessions, I think 4 sessions on pages. We're going to look at audio editing. We got a lot of awesome stuff planned for this course, praise God. But right now, we're still sort of just doing the basics. But even with this, we're doing it from a different approach, as you can tell. And it's a more advanced approach because it assumes that you already know VoiceOver. And so we're just trying to help you to learn how to get the most out of your iPad right now. And so today we have several little sort of tidbits, kind of a marathon here of different things that we'd like to just remind you about or maybe teach you about for the first time. And the first one I want to talk about is I want to talk a little bit about the lock screen. There are lots of features on the lock screen, and you can customize the lock screen to a pretty tremendous extent. And so I'd like to show you how to do that. Now, I'm not going to get into the great details of creating a wallpaper and, customizing all that stuff. You can play with that on your own using VoiceOver or not, if you're not a VoiceOver user. But I'm going to just remind you of some of the options and how to get into it. So the first thing that we have to do is to unlock our device without actually going home. And so what that means is we're going to, the way I like to do it on a Touch ID device, and let me actually get original sound going, because that way you'll hear the iPad, right?
Done. Button. Speech off.
Okay, now I actually have to use a separate iPad, obviously, here because it's locked, and that's what I need it to be. So I can't really show you that on the one we're doing, not as easily. But the idea of unlocking it without going to the home screen, if you have a Touch ID iPad, you're going to rest your finger you're going to press the button, the top button, and rest your finger there just long enough for it to authenticate, but not long enough for it to go to the home screen. And then you'll remove your finger from the top button. If you have a Face ID device, maybe just touch the screen and glance at the device and let it unlock, but don't swipe up to go home. All right, so I've got an iPad right here, and we're going to demonstrate this. Once I get to the lock screen with it unlocked like that, I'm going to find the time, and I'm going to do a double tap and hold gesture. If I don't have voiceover, I do a single tap and hold. And that gesture is known as a long press. You know that. We're going to come back to that in a few moments as well. All right, so let's try this. I'm going to probably turn up my volume too.
2:12 p.m. Try
Okay,
again.
so I
Try
rest
again.
the finger. It's unlocked now.
2:12 p.m.
Long press on the time. And I'm in
A
it.
person with blonde hair. Color wallpaper. Button.
It tells
A
me.
person with color wallpaper. Button.
Okay, I have color.
Activate to set as the default screen. A person
Now
with
I can double tap that to set it as the default screen.
color wall.
It says color wallpaper. I can swipe to the right.
Link a focus. Button.
Link a focus.
Wallpaper 2 of 2. Adjustable.
I can change my wallpaper this way.
Customize. Button.
And I can
Add.
double tap on customize.
Add. Button.
Or I can add new.
Show
Let
notification.
me go ahead.
Add customize. Button.
Show you a few things in customize here.
Custom. Weather. Conditions widget. Widget. Cancel. Button. Cancel.
There's cancel.
Button. Done. Button.
There's done if we want to save the changes.
Weather. Widget. Weather. Conditions widget. Widget. Button.
Okay.
Weather. Done. Weather. Calendar. Widget. Calendar. Up next widget. Widget. Button. Calendar. Date. Top widget. Button. Clock widget. Button. Bright. Color picker. Button.
So
Tips. News.
what you're
TV.
hearing here, what you're hearing is that
Edit
I can
mode.
change a variety of things. I can double tap on any of these widgets to change them to something else. And then you notice I can change the colors. You have a color picker. That option to link a focus allows you to connect a particular focus to a particular wallpaper so that whenever I turn on a certain focus, I can see that wallpaper. I can change my home screen. And we may do a session entirely separately from this on focus modes. And that's not just for the iPad, right? That's for all of our Apple devices. But the thing I want you to see
2:14
is, if
p.m.
again, we
2:14
started out by
p.m.
long pressing on the time. Let's just
A
look at the rest of
person.
the options.
Add new lock screen. Show notification. Add new lock screen wallpaper. Button.
See?
Customize. Button.
I can add new lock screen wallpaper.
Link a focus. Color wallpaper. Link wall. Customize. Button.
And again, back in customize.
Weather. Cancel. Done. Weather. Calendar. Cancel. Cancel.
So I have
cancel.
weather. I have
Clock.
calendar,
Bright.
clock.
Color picker. Bright. Page 5 of 6. Adjustable. Button. Show bright.
And
color picker.
so you
bright,
notice it's
page 5 of 6.
So
Adjustable.
I can change that. Let's see.
Vapor. Page 4 of 6. Deep. Page 3 tone. Page vibrant. Page 1 a tone. Page deep.
Vibrant,
page
tone,
vapor,
deep, vapor,
bright, solid.
bright,
Page 6
solid.
bright,
I'm
color
going to leave it on solid.
Color,
Or I mean
bright.
on bright, excuse me.
Color picker. Button.
Here's a color picker.
Custom color. Button.
We can choose a custom color.
Background color. Heading.
Background color.
Cyan. Cyan blue. Purple. Purple. Pink. Red. Red orange. Orange. Light yellow orange. Light yellow green.
We could change this.
Show colors. Black. Color slider. 0.0. Custom color.
I'm not going to do
custom
that.
background
I'm going to
color.
go back
Heading.
with a scrub.
Cancel. But done. Weather. Widget.
And again,
weather.
if I double tap on any of these widgets.
Weather. Calendar. Date. Top. Choose widget. Heading.
I can choose a different one.
Suggestions. Calendar. Weather. Clock. Amber. Recipe progress. Amber. Meal plan. Calendar. Selected. Date. Calendar. Next event. Top widget. Suggestions.
Now notice what it's doing. It's giving me different categories.
Amber.
So there were some suggestions. Then the Amber app, which we'll talk about later.
Calendar.
The calendar. Clock.
City Eye. Top. Facebook. Choose
and
widget.
all of these have widgets associated with them, which you could just
characters
very simply double tap to choose. I'm not going to choose any of those because
clock widget.
I like the one I have, and instead I'm going to
cancel.
go over here to cancel.
Color wallpaper button.
And then just swipe up.
Activate 2:16.
So
2:6 weather.
All right.
32.
I've changed nothing.
2 white text clock 2:16 p.m. TV.
Now I'm on my home screen. I have changed nothing right now at this very moment, but that's because I already have it the way I like it. And we'll talk more about that in a moment. But now that I'm on my home screen, I also want to show you that you can customize that. So if you do a, well, actually before that, let me back up and let me say, I want to remind you a little bit more about that long press gesture, because I already talked about it a moment ago. You long press on the time on the lock screen, and that's how you get into this ability to customize. And you can add multiple lock screens, and that's where that add button was. And you can create multiple lock screens, each with their own widgets, each with their own colors and wallpapers, and then you can 3-finger scroll between your available lock screens. And sometimes my daughter Kylie likes to just customize my lock screens just for fun and create me more of them, and then ask me what widgets I want on them and pick different colors, and sometimes a photo maybe of our dog or something. So you can do all of that, and then you can 3-finger swipe between the lock screens that you have. And this gives you access to your information. Of course, about notifications, and we can swipe down from the top to the third sound to get our notifications when we're on the home screen. That notifications are actionable. You can double tap and hold on a notification, or you can use the rotor on the notification, like touch up near the top of the iPad middle, and then when the notification's there, and then swipe up or down with one finger to get to the more button, to get different notification options. These are all things that we learned in the voiceover class and in the primer for this class. But you can also see your notifications on the lock screen, and the other thing you can have is these various widgets, which I'm going to talk about widgets more, because they're optional, and some people don't prefer to use them. They just think that they get in the way. Other people really like them. So it is entirely personal preference. I myself, I like them a lot. Now, I don't have widgets on every page, because if you did, that would take up a lot of space. And that would take up a lot of space, and the result of that would be that you'd end up having way more home screen pages than you probably really wanted. Widgets can be different sizes, though, so you can have small widgets, right? But what is a widget? A widget is an element that you can add to your lock screen and your home screen, either or, and it gives you real-time access to information. It gives you quick access. So, for example, I have a weather widget here. Now I'm on my home screen, and I don't know if I have that on the home screen. Let me think. I don't remember. Let me check. I'm going to actually have to look.
Calendar. Take my pill. Monday. Daily forecast.
Yeah. Let's go back over here.
5 Mac rumors.
Okay.
Open Zoom. Notes. Get ready for an notes.
Okay, these
notes
are
folder.
notes.
Get ready for an exciting.
That was a note I had.
Get ready for an exciting season of free.
Okay. Over here's the weather. Well, here's the
Siri suggestions. Widget. Stack. Open Zoom. Based on time and location.
Well, the other iPad's already in Zoom. It thinks it wants to open Zoom, but I have the other iPad in Zoom. But that's Siri suggestions. Go to the right.
Mac rumors. Apple News and Rumors.
Okay, that's a website I frequently visit, so that's under the suggestions also. But now let's go on.
Start a timer. Clock.
That's another suggestion.
Create a new calendar event. Calendar.
Look at all these suggestions, but go to the right.
Weather. Everett. Current location. 32 Fahrenheit. Cloudy. High 33 Fahrenheit. Low of 22 Fahrenheit. Winter weather advisory. Hourly forecast. 3 p.m. Cloudy. 4 p.m. 5 p.m. Cloudy.
I'm still on my home screen, folks. If I touch lower down on the home screen.
Maps. Home. Camera. App Store. Books. Podcasts. TV.
See, that's my home screen.
Double tap to open.
This widget for the weather gives me access to the temperature, the current conditions, and even the hourly and daily forecast, because I think it's the large widget. If you had the small widget, it might only show you the temperature and the current conditions or something. There's small, medium, and large, but I think this is probably the large one. And because it's on my home screen, I don't have to even open the weather app. I certainly can, and I can also use the button or speak to you-know-who, and I can say, what's the temperature outside right now?
It's 31 degrees outside.
And is it going to snow tonight?
There's no snow in the forecast tonight.
So I can absolutely do it that way, or open the actual weather app itself. But the widget is yet another way. As I said, it's personal preference. I really like them. I have the calendar, I have the weather, I have the clock, and apparently I have the Siri suggestions and the notes. Now, some of these I think were just there by default, and I just left them there. People put battery widgets on their home screen. People put, basically what happens is every app, or maybe not every, but a lot of your apps will offer widgets that you can use in combination with the app. And so that allows you to pick whatever you want. And so you saw the way to do that on the lock screen, but on the home screen, there's a way to do that as well, and I'm going to show you that momentarily. I also want to say that there's a way to see even more widgets, and that is known as the Today view. Now, the Today view comes prior to page 1. When you unlock your device, you typically are on page 1, which is the first home screen page containing all of your apps. But if I do a 3-finger swipe to the right, it goes to kind of what's like a page 0, and it's my Today view.
Showing Today view, featured photo, image, and illustration of a map with texted numbers. Bullet Bedford, featured photo, calendar, Monday, March 2nd. Take my weather, Cupertino, screen time, turn on app and website activity in screen time.
Okay, so we're hearing different options. We're hearing different widgets, the weather, the calendar,
weather,
the screen time widget.
Search, screen time, maps,
maps, let me see.
Maps, search, button, search, image, restaurants, image, map of current location, tips, how to.
So that was the Maps widget. You could search. They had restaurants. And here's the Tips app.
See translated lyrics. Batteries, Matthew's iPad 3, 100% charged. Stocks, Dow Jones Industrial Average, Dow Jones, 49,008, change, up 30.17 points. NASDAQ Composite, NASDAQ, 22,787, change, up 118.64 points. Standard & Poor's 500, Standard & Poor's 500.
I guess
S&P,
that's it. But you'll notice
Standard & Poor's 5 screen time, weather, photos.
Go back up here. I have a featured photo widget there. So you'll notice that there's a lot of widgets that I can access. The stocks, all these different things. And that is, again, the Today view. And that is one swipe over from page 1. Now, I just did a swipe up from the bottom to go back home. So,
camera, app store, books, news, settings.
You can see that I'm back on my normal home screen there. Now, a few minutes ago, I mentioned to you the long press gesture, which again, with VoiceOver, is a double tap and hold. Without VoiceOver, is just a single tap and hold, like a press. This is an important gesture you're going to want to remember, because it often provides contextual options for different things you might long press. The official term, according to the Apple user guide for the iPad, is Quick Actions. The Quick Actions menu is a context menu that you can easily access by long pressing on things. Some apps, some elements may or may not have Quick Actions menus, but certainly it's worth trying. And again, you can perform that as I described. You're going to learn tomorrow about keyboards, and you're going to see that we can even long press with the keyboard. But I'll save that for tomorrow. But, praise God, you can absolutely do that. If you are using a trackpad or a mouse, you should be able to hold down the Control key and then click the trackpad. Or even if it's like the Apple Magic Mouse, you can kind of click on the right corner, the right side of the mouse, which is kind of simulates a right click. So, you know, one of the neat things about the iPad now is you can navigate it with the touch screen, with the trackpad, with the mouse, and with the keyboard. You have menu bar, you have no menu bar, you have full screen apps, you have windowed apps, you have all of these options and more, just depending on what you like, or you can use any combination of them. I just set up 2 iPads for customers who really, really want a mouse because they're coming from a more traditional computer. And so what did I do? I got each of them the Apple Magic Mouse to go with their iPads, plus they're using the Magic Keyboard, which means they can also use the trackpad. And they'll use the touchscreen too. And my suspicion is that once they use the iPad more, they'll end up using the touchscreen the majority of the time, but they may use these other things still, and then they can use the keyboard and everything. But back to the long press gesture, which brings up the quick actions menu. I'm going to show you a few examples of that. So let's go into the control center.
Control center, airplane mode, airdrop, Wi-Fi, more controls, button.
All right, let's do...
Double tapped airplane, not playing, previous.
What can I long press on here in the control center?
Neck, lock, screen mirroring, brightness, volume, page 1 of selected, focus, living room.
Oh,
selected, focus, do not disturb, button.
That's one I can long press, because if I just double tap on it, it will toggle the do not disturb focus, right?
Selected, focus, do not disturb, button.
And you heard that it said selected focus because I have do not disturb on. If I double tap it, it turns it off. If I double tap it again, it turns it back on. But what if I long press it? Quick actions. Now what do I have?
Selected, do not disturb, on, button, work, button, sleep, button, reduce interruptions, limit interruptions to only important notifications, button, sound system connected, button, personal, turn off work, focus on you, button, new focus, button, new focus, button.
Look at all those choices, and I'm just going to scrub out of that menu, and
selected, focus,
back
do
in the
not
control
disturb.
center. I didn't make any changes. Let's swipe up from the bottom and go home.
Home.
Now you'll notice that when I did that, when I long pressed, the quick actions menu contained a lot of options. All of my focuses, do not disturb, sleep, work, personal, some of those I don't even use. And then I had one called, well, there's a reduce interruptions. That I think is an Apple Intelligence focus. And then there was sound system connected. Occasionally I'm asked to preach or to sing somewhere or both. And when I do that, if I need to connect my iPhone or my iPad to a sound system in order to play music or tracks or something, what I don't want is interruptions for that, because then everyone would hear them, right? Imagine I'd be in the middle of a song and, you know, a phone call would come through or notification. Well, my do not disturb focus has some exceptions so that some people can get through. The sound system connected focus has absolutely no interruption capability. I think my immediate family might still be in there, but they're usually with me anyway when I'm doing this stuff, and so it really wouldn't matter. But there's no other interruptions, no time-sensitive notifications, nothing. It's a walled garden, basically, and I have it set up that way on purpose so that if I'm using if I am actually connected to a sound system, it will eliminate all the possibility of interruptions and notifications coming through while I'm connected. So I can turn on that one. That I named it Sound System Connected, but that was a side little rabbit trail there. The point of that really was that the long press menu contains all my existing focuses, and also even the option to create a new one is in there. You saw that in there as well. So that's a great example of the quick actions menu initiated by a long press. Now, I was also going to show you what happens if you long press on your app icons, because in particular, I want to show you how to customize the home screen, and that's how we do that. But there's other things too. When you long press on an app icon on the home screen, the apps are going to start to jiggle, and you can go into that mode. It's called edit mode, and that allows you to like remove apps, delete apps, move apps around and put them into folders and stuff. But before you ever get to that jiggle mode, that edit mode, you have a menu, the quick actions menu, that's going to appear. So let's just long press on any app. It doesn't matter.
Camera.
There's camera.
Double tap to open.
I'm going to long press with a double tap and hold. By the way, if you struggle with the double tap and hold gesture, you can triple tap, and most of the time that will provide the same results.
Slow-mo.
Two
button.
little sounds there. Now, the first thing I have is some quick actions for camera.
Slow-mo button. Photo button. Video button. Selfie button. Remove app button. Edit home screen button. Dismiss context menu button.
All right, did you see all those options? And some of them were specific to the camera. Slow-mo, photo, all those. And notice remove app was an option. And sometimes remove app is not right there. Sometimes it's under options, and you'll have to double tap on options to get into it. And then you heard
Edit home screen.
edit
Button.
home screen. That's jiggle mode. Let's go into that a minute. Now,
Camera is edit. Button.
notice now it says
Maps is editing. Home is editing.
everything
Character
is editing because it's jiggling. But let's do a 4-finger tap near the very top of the screen.
Edit button.
Edit button. And let's go into there and see what we have.
Add widget button.
We can add a widget. There you go.
Add widget button.
What else?
Customize button.
Customize.
Edit wallpaper button.
Edit wallpaper.
Edit pages button.
Edit pages. That means you can hide home screen
Finish editing.
pages and so forth.
Dismiss context menu.
And
button.
dismiss context menu.
Edit pages.
Let's go to
edit wallpaper. Customize button.
Customize so I can show you this. Okay, what we have.
Maps. Home. Settings.
And I think what actually happened
Double
is
edit mode.
it got out of
Started
the edit
editing.
mode because
Settings.
it thought I took too long. And
App Store
basically
is editing.
if you
Clock
do
is
that,
editing.
it
Notes
times
is
out
editing. Widget.
eventually. But
Drag
we can go
notes.
back into it because that's also the place where you're
Clock
going to
is
drag
clock is
your
editing.
your apps around and so forth. So again, that's an important point, that if you take too long, it goes out of it. It times out, and that's just by design. But when we want to, we can customize the various options here. Like we can do the home screen color, and look at what the options are. I'm going to just show you this. Okay, here you go. Now,
Settings.
I have all my app icons here.
News is editing. Settings is editing.
It still has all the app icons, but go to the right.
Page 1 of 7.
And now look what
Finished
happens.
editing. Dim wallpaper button.
Dim wallpaper.
Customize heading.
And then here's all the customize options.
Large app icons button. Selected. Default button.
We can have large or default app icons.
Dark button.
We can have dark,
Clear button.
clear,
Tinted button.
tinted,
Tinted. Clear. Dark. Selected.
and
default.
default is actually what that is. So that was not part of the large app icons thing. I apologize. I was wrong.
Large app icons button.
You can double tap that, but then you have these choices: default, clear, dark, and tinted.
Selected. Default button. Dark button. Clear button. Tinted button.
And I really thought,
Tinted button.
and then that's it. So let's swipe up to go home,
Large app icon.
and I'll talk about this.
Reminders. 1 task due today.
Okay.
Maps.
So
Double tap to open.
if you make changes, there's a done button too, by the way, in the edit mode at the upper left. But there's 4 different color modes. You have the default, which is like what it's always been, although it still has the liquid glass feature, the sort of translucent look. And you can adjust that in your settings, display settings, accessibility settings. There's different options there if you need to. There's some really cool things you can do with liquid glass too, like the frosted clock and so on. But what I really wanted to get at is that when you choose default, the app icons have their colors that people are used to. Maybe a certain app is green, another one is orange, another one, If you choose clear, all the app icons are completely clear. I mean, completely clear, but you know what I'm saying. And then there's tinted, which you can choose a color to have them tinted. You can have them red, blue, whatever the case may be. And if you're using an iPhone, you can actually have the icons color match to your iPhone case. These are options that you can play with, but there's also, the ability in there, as you saw, to add a widget. And to change the wallpaper. And then in the edit mode itself, there's the ability to move your apps around and create folders. I don't know that I have any folders because on the iPad I don't really use folders, but I do on my iPhone. So let me grab that because it's the same functionality. And I know there's a couple of apps that I have not put into folders already. So let's see if I can find one really quickly. Here's... Okay. Well, what do I want to use here? I gotta think of some of these where they're gonna go. Amazon Business, I guess, is gonna go into my shopping folder. So listen to this, okay? I'm gonna move my Amazon Business app into my shopping apps folder on my iPhone. So here it is.
Amazon Business, recently updated.
I'm gonna
Double tap to open.
long press,
Remove app.
and I'm
button.
gonna go over here to
Require share app. Edit home screen. Today edit home screen. Started editing. Amazon Business.
now I'm gonna swipe up or down on Amazon Business until I hear drag.
Stop editing apps. Delete. Drag Amazon Business.
Double tap.
Kylie is editing.
Now, if I want to add a second app to that, like
Way around. Family Radio.
Family Radio, I'm not going to, but look, swipe down.
Stop editing apps. Add to drag session.
Add to drag session, so I can actually drag more than one app at a time. Not gonna do that.
Empty
I'm gonna
icon.
go over here
Empty
to
page 7 of page 3 of 9.
page 3.
AI apps folder.
Find my shopping apps folder.
So shopping folder.
Swipe
is editing.
up or down.
Stop editing apps.
Now listen.
Drop Amazon Business before shopping folder. Drop Amazon Business after shopping folder. Add Amazon Business to shopping folder. Cancel drag.
We're gonna add it.
Add Amazon Business to shopping folder.
Double tap.
Drop ready. Drop complete.
And now it's inside my
10 apps. 20.
let's stop editing up here.
Edit. Done.
There's a
Button.
done button, or I
Finished
could,
editing.
it said finished editing. I could have just done a swipe up from the bottom. But now let's look at my shopping folder.
Amber. Christian business folder. Christian/bot restaurants. TV. Business. Finance. Smart shopping folder. 10 app opening shopping folder. eBay. Affirm. Instacart.
I gotta go to the second page for that. It's the very last app icon.
Amazon Business.
There it
Recently
is.
updated.
It's in my shopping apps folder now.
Closing
So
shopping folder.
that's how easy it is to
Photos.
move apps around. And you heard the different options there. You could drop before, drop after, add to folder. If you want to make a new folder, you take the app. Well, let me show you that.
2:38 p.m.
So
Wallet.
let's
Settings. Search.
go back
Page,
here
page,
to
page. Everett. Family. Replit.
Okay.
Search. Family.
Family Radio, and we'll put it in a, I think I already have a folder that this should go in, but let's just demonstrate this.
Edit mode.
Go back into edit mode,
Family Radio.
swipe down,
Stop it. Delete. Drag Family Radio.
drag. Now
Kylie
here's a
is
radio
empty,
app
empty,
called
empty, page 7
Star
empty,
100.9,
Discovery. Star 100.9.
and I can swipe down and listen.
Stop. Add to drag session. Drop Family Radio before Star 100.9. Drop Family Radio after Star 100.9.
Now listen to this
Drop
one.
Ready. Create new folder with Star 100.9 and Family Radio.
See?
Drop. Cancel drag.
And then we'll cancel the drag.
Drag cancel.
But you can create a new folder by combining two apps like that, and then it'll open that folder, and you can give the folder a name and what have you. So this is how you move items around on your home screen, and you move in things into folders if you want to. You create folders. So we've spent a considerable amount of time with this today, but I think it's worth it because it shows you how to really make use of some of these things. Now, I would also like to talk about something else on the lock screen that you might or might not be aware of, and that is called live activities. What I'm going to do to demonstrate this just very simply is to use SIRI on my iPad to set a 1-minute timer. But as soon as the timer is set, I'm going to put my iPad to sleep. I'm going to lock the screen, and then I'm going to unlock it again by touching the screen. And I'll show you that there's a live activity on the lock screen that's going to show me my
2:40 p.m.
current timer status. So let's go ahead
2:40 settings.
and let's just use,
Double tap to open.
we'll make it 90 seconds so we have a little more time to play with it. Set a timer for 90 seconds, please.
90 seconds, starting now.
Okay. Home,
TV.
lock,
Double.
unlock.
Monday 2. Weather. Calendar. Pause. Button.
Pause button.
Stop. Button.
Stop button.
Timer. 1:15.
And you see it's keeping track. Look.
2:40 p. Munch.
Go back over it again.
Time. 1:08.
It's down to 108.
1:06.
See, it's keeping track. And there's a pause button. And there's a stop button right there on the lock screen. And this is called a live activity. It displays real-time information. It displays information that changes, that is dynamic. And there are live activities for all kinds of apps. You can have sometimes maybe sports scores as a live activity. Maybe you have news updates, like during big events like elections or Grammy Awards or different things, you might see that. Food delivery apps will use live activities to display, the amount of time until the order arrives at your door, or the progress of the food preparation and delivery. There's all sorts of different, and my timer's about to ring, but when it does, we'll pause and take care of that. But it is, all these kinds of things. They're called live activities, and they allow us to quickly see what's going on in real time from a variety of apps. Now, there's my timer.
Stop. But
We hit stop.
Right.
Now, most apps, if they have live activities,
Settings.
like we can go into settings here. We'll go down to apps.
Side. Camera. Multi-tap. Focus. Privacy. Games. iCloud. Apps. Button. Selected. Apps.
And let's try
Cap A. Default apps. Section index. Cap B. Cap L. Cap N.
try the news app.
Open tape. Cap numbers. Notes. News. Button.
Open Table might even have one, but
Allow news to access. Location. Siri. Search. Button. Notifications. Banners. Sounds. Badges. Announce. Button. Live activities. Switched button. On.
see, there it is.
Double tap to toggle setting.
And
Background app refresh.
so live activities is right there, and that means that it's because it's on. I'm going to go back and get out of that. But you can see that, I'll go back to general. I don't really need to, but I'm going to. I just like to do that. Okay. All right, so you can see that if you make sure that your live activities are turned on, if they're available for a particular app, there'll be a toggle. And usually if it's the first time, like, it will prompt you. It'll pop up a notification, do you want to allow news to display live activities or what have you? And so you can enable them, and they'll appear right on the lock screen, and on the iPhone they appear in the dynamic island too. But this is a great and easy way to keep track of things, especially like progressing events, real-time events, things of that nature. As I said, like dynamic information. So those are live activities. You don't really have to do anything to get them ready, but they are available when you need them. All right, the next one I'd like to show you today is Spotlight. To access Spotlight, you're going to touch one of the apps on your home screen.
Maps. Double tap to open.
And you're going to do a 3-finger swipe down.
Spotlight. Settings.
Spotlight allows us
Search. Text field.
to search.
Double tap to edit. Text field is editing.
So if I want to search for something, and let's say I want to search for an app on my iPad home screen, and let's pretend I don't remember what it is exactly, but I know it's a photo editing app. So I'm going to start typing photo, P-H-O-T-O. Now, it's preloading.
Top search result. Photos. 71 items found.
Okay.
Delete.
So touch the top here.
Photos. Text field. Clear text. Button.
Swipe right.
Search. Button. Search. Button.
There's a search button.
Search.
Interestingly.
Oh.
Because apparently,
top hit.
if you touch a little lower, you don't need to hit that search button. There's the top hit.
Photos. Button.
There's Photos, the app. Let's go to the right.
1 year ago.
Now it's
Suggestions. Photo. Files. Search an app. Button. Open _Bible _with _light _alt _search. Button. Photos from apps. Show more. Image. A child holding a dog and posing for a photo.
These are some photos.
Image.
From
2
apps.
people sitting on a brown couch with a brown stuffed animal on their laps. Go.
Maybe I do want to actually search this and
Go.
not just let it do the suggestions. Now we're going to have more results probably.
Collection. Utility. Albums. Document. Slow-mo. Edit. Button.
Or did that open the Photos app?
Edit. Hide sidebar.
Yeah,
Library.
that actually opened the Photos app. So let's go back.
Maps.
I was right the first time. I don't know if I'd hit that
Spotlight.
search button if that would have.
Image.
Let's go back up here.
Search. Button. Top hit. Clear text. Search. Search.
Okay, let's see what we have now.
Top hit. Photos. Places. Suggestions. Photo. Files. Search an app. Open _Bible search. Button. Photos from apps. Show image.
Okay.
Show more.
Show more, but there's some here.
Image.
Go past that.
Mail.
Here's Mail.
Search an app. button. Crow's Nest Broadband LLC, Friday, payment received. TTJ Tech Services, camera. Photo, button. Settings. Search an app. Photomator, apps.
And that's my photo editing app, Photomator.
Photos, apps.
Other app,
Photos.
Photos.
Privacy and security.
There's privacy and security settings for photos.
Show more results.
Show
button.
more results.
Search in apps. Search contacts. Search phone.
Notice you can search contacts, you can search phone.
Search notes.
All of these things.
Search messages.
So what Spotlight is doing is it's providing me
Photo.
a quick
247.
access to a lot of information either on my iPad as well as online, because certain things that I search for would give me online results as well. You can search for music, you can search for TV shows. I think if it's like Spotlight on the Mac, which I don't really use the Mac much, but
Photo.
that's where Spotlight originated.
Maps widget
And I
247. Notes. Get clock.
Like-
2 clock. Notes. Get books. Spotlight.
Let's just do...
Image. Show more. Photos from app search. But top hit. Clear text.
All right, let's
But
clear that
text.
text once. I just want to try something and see if this works on the iPad like it does on the Mac,
to.
because they always demonstrate this. Let's say
2
2
top
gallons,
space G-A-L-L-O-N T P
2
space TP
cups.
delete
I want to put
P
2
O
gallons,
space
like we're going to
C-I.
ask it to
Top
convert
search
2
result.
gallons
Search I
to
delete I
cups.
Y,
Let's see if it'll do
U,
that.
P P S 17 items found. Search, but clear text. Text field is editing. 2 gallons to cups. 2 gallons to cups equals 32 cups.
And it absolutely does. There you go, right on the screen. So you can use, now,
H,
if I'm being honest,
2 gallon.
would I do that
248.
much? No, probably not, because I'd probably do this instead. How many cups are in 2 gallons?
2 gallons is 32 cups.
Thank you very much.
Sure thing.
2.
So that's how I'd probably do it, right? Using SIRI, and I really like SIRI, but I did want to show you Spotlight as well. So that's another quick little tidbit that I would like to just make sure that you are aware of when you are learning how to sort of get the basics really mastered here and get the most you possibly can out of your iPad. All right, let's see what else is on the agenda for today. I know a couple of things, but I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So give me a moment here to just check this out. All right, we did lock screen features. We did that. Okay, so yeah, so really the iCloud features a couple of things. I just want to do some quick demos of the iCloud features. You know that you can manage your iCloud settings under settings and then iCloud. And I've expressed to you how useful that is and how important it is. Let's just do a couple very simple examples of this. Let's open up, and you know that this works with calendar, with contacts, right? So if I add an event to my calendar on the iPad, it will show up on my other iPad, on my iPhone, my Apple Watch, HomePod, Macintosh. You don't really have a calendar on the Apple TV, but it shows up on everything where it can. And same thing with contacts and photos. I have iCloud Photos. If I take a photo, all of that stuff. Let me just do a couple examples here. Let's go into the Voice Memos app on my iPad. And
2:50 p.m. 2:50 p.m.
for the sake of time,
White calendar. Take my
launch Voice Memos.
show sidebar button.
Now, notice this app has a sidebar. We've learned about those a little bit, and we'll learn about this app more later on in the course. Right now, I'm just using it to show you iCloud in action. So, let's see. Our very first recording at the top of the list right now.
Title, dictate,
is
but no recording selected. Monday, March 5th, return to Siri.
Here we go.
Select show sidebar. All 350 recordings. Say record voice map close. Sonos Beam, yesterday.
All right, the very first recording I have is a Sonos Beam review that I did. So it's not selected. That's why it says no recording selected. But let's go down to the bottom here.
Return to Siri.
And let's...
No recording. No dictate. Title. Record. Button.
Let's record something very quick. All right, folks. This is a test of the Voice Memos app on the iPad. But not really for the purpose of the Voice Memos app. Because we're going to learn that later, praise God. Today, we're testing it for iCloud. Okay, we've stopped the recording. I'm going to go ahead and rename it so it has a name.
Share, but record, 2000, share, favorite, move to delete, options, transcription, edit, 415251.
It's got a name that I don't want to keep right now,
text
so
field is editing.
we're going to go ahead and delete that name, and I could actually do select all from the edit rotor if I wanted to, but I'm just going to delete it manually, and I'm just going to type test iPad or something.
Cap T E F T hyphen
And put
I
iPad.
cap P cap A D
And
return.
okay, now you'll see
Kylie
that the
June 1st Carson page 31 of 33.
I gotta go way back up to the top. Reminder about a cool tidbit: if you want to quickly scroll to the top of a list or a long document or web page, touch the status bar.
Return to Siri 2:52 p.m.
And like where the time is, it's not going to work if you do return to Siri. But normally you can double tap on the status bar and scroll quickly to the
page 1 of 41.
Very top. There you go. So here's my very top.
Sonos selected. Test iPad. Close button.
Notice that's the first recording now.
Selected. Test iPad. 2:51 p.m. Sonos Beam. Yesterday.
And there's now the second one. Now let's
current position.
Get out of that app and let's go onto my iPhone. Different device now.
Messages button.
And let's go into Voice Memos.
Star 100.9.
Here, okay? Launch Voice Memos. And it's opening. And up at the top.
Button. Back button. Search. Select. But all recordings. Heading. Test iPad. 2:51 p.m. Transcription available. 12 seconds. Button.
There it is. Praise God.
Sonos Beam.
And there's my next one. All right, while I'm on my iPhone, let's do one other example. Let's go to Pages.
Hulu. Star 1.
And
Search.
Pages.
Page 2 of 8.
I do know pretty much right where that is.
Support. Pages.
And let's...
Pages.
Again, of course, we're going to learn how to use Pages later on in this course. In great detail, in fact. But let's find a document.
Choose a template. Start right more. Search. Mac Test 2026. Pages file.
All right. Well, there's an example of iCloud already because this is a document I created on my Mac when Trainer Cliff and I were recording a Mac tutorial for part of his More with the Mac JP Reloaded course. So I created this Mac test on the Mac. But let's open it up here on the iPhone.
Mac Test 2. Back button. Document opened in reader mode.
All right, I'll get out of reader mode. Of course, we'll teach you all that when it's time.
Body. Exited reader mode.
And let's go into the document body.
Canvas. Body. Hello. Insert body. Text field. Is editing. Hello, students. Dagger, welcome to our introductory session for the More with the Mac course. We're excited to show you how to make the most of your Mac, especially with the amazing VoiceOver accessibility feature. In this course, we will explore the VoiceOver utility.
Okay, so we have a whole document we typed there, and I think a lot of that was actually written by Apple Intelligence or ChatGPT because we were demonstrating that as well. But this starts out, hello students. So I'm going to change that so you are fully aware that we're going to, right now it says hello students. Listen again.
Canvas, body, text field, is editing. Hello students.
Okay.
Insertion point at start.
Let's change it. Let's say, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, students, just for fun. All right, kind of weird, kind of duplicity there. When I was a little kid, like about 3 years old, and I liked to write stories, I used to like to start the story one day, once upon a time, because I liked both of those openings, right? So that's kind of what this is going to be. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, students. but it's obvious for you, which is why I'm doing it, because I want you to see.
Space GNTLEM. Canary.
Oops, my canary. That's okay.
Comma space B.
And I'm gonna make the lowercase.
H space D space E.
Listen to it now.
Canvas body text field is editing. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, students.
Okay, so you know that's different from what we had. So now let's go back.
Done button.
Hit the done button.
Done. Back button. Back button.
Hit the back button.
Pages.
We're on pages.
Home pages.
And now let's go over to my iPad. That was my phone, remember?
2:57 p.m.
And now let's
What maps?
go to pages.
The page. Apple Store. Garage. iMove. Keynote. Numbers. Pages.
And
Pages.
here's the Pages app on my iPad. Praise God.
Choose a template. Button. Start writing. Button. Toggle sidebar. Button. Choose a template. Search. Mac Test 2026. Pages file. Today. 2:56 p.m.
And we already know it's going to be updated because it says the time that it was updated.
Now.
And I got a
Fox
news notification I'll dismiss.
News. Dismiss.
All right, back to the regularly scheduled
Cellular.
programming here.
Mac Test 2026. Pages file.
Double tap that.
Mac Test 2020. Mac Test back button. Document opened in reader mode. Use Magic Tap or the Edit button to exit this mode.
And I don't even have to, because we're just going to read it.
Edit. Canvas. Reader mode on. Body. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and hello, students. Dagger, welcome to our introduction.
Okay, there it is. Notice we made those changes. Now, let's suppose I want to quickly send this to my daughter, who actually is at school right now, but I have her iPad. I'm going to unlock it, because she doesn't take that to school. She takes her phone and keeps it in her locker, but she leaves her iPad at home. So I'm going to unlock her iPad.
Notifications group.
And
HOME.
hopefully
Passcode field.
I
0 of 6
remember her
values.
passcode.
1, 5, 8, 9, delete.
Which I do,
1 of 6 values. 0, 9.
I think.
5, 8, 9.
All right.
5,
And
7.
yep, we're in, okay? So,
Apple Arcade folder.
Okay.
7 apps. Double tap to open.
now I've got my iPad here, and I'm going to send this to her.
Body. Greetings.
I'm in this Pages document. I'm going to go to
Edit button. More.
the More button, because I think I don't have to.
Find.
Let's see.
Presenter
Is
mode.
that what I want?
Button.
No.
Dismiss context menu.
It's not.
But.
Let's try.
View. Mac Test 2020.
That's what I want.
Image. Mac Test. Share. Button. Pages document. Document options. Rename. Share.
We're going to say
button.
share.
Edward Volbrecht.
Now, this is,
Only participant. Collaborate. Mac-test
Collaborating,
20. Collaborate. Button.
let's send a copy.
Selected.
Screen dimmed.
Collaborate.
Bible
Button.
folder.
Actually, I guess I really,
Send copy. Button.
maybe AirDrop will work
Selected.
even in Collaborate. Let's see. It
Edward
might.
Volbrecht.
Let's see.
Image. Shared library. Only participants can make changes. Edward Carson. Jessica Volbrecht. Messages.
No, maybe not.
Shared Mac image.
All right,
image.
let's see
Mac
if-
shared live. Only
Let's see
shared
if it's,
library. Button.
Gotta be,
Selected. Collaborate. Send copy.
see
Button.
if that makes it available here.
Image. Mac-test. Send copy. iPad 4. Edward iPad 4. AirDrop. Button.
And it says AirDrop.
iPad.
Is that Kylie, though? I gotta
Screen
see
dimmed.
if that's her,
Page 1.
or if that's trying to send to my other iPad. Launch settings. Let's see what her iPad's name is on here. Notice it, open settings. Okay. I had to wait for it to
Settings.
notice
Search.
that it did have an iPad there for AirDrop, but I want to see.
Wi-Fi. Connect to Wi-Fi.
Okay.
View Wi-Fi. Switch button on. Selected.
All right, she's connected. That's not the issue.
Sidebar.
I wanna see if-
Cellular. Perfect. Excessive. Apple. Camera. Control. Display. Excessive. General. Button. Selected. Manager overall. About. Button.
Her iPad's name.
Kylie's iPad 2.
Okay, it's not iPad 4. That's what I thought. So is her AirDrop off?
General. Back button. Software update. iPad. Apple. AirDrop. Button. Receiving off. Button. Selected. Contacts only. Everyone for 10 minutes. Selected. Contacts only.
Well,
Button.
it says that it's on for contacts,
View
and I
options.
know I'm
Back
in
button.
her contacts.
Share button.
So why
More. Share.
didn't it
Image.
show up?
Edward.
Let's
Image. Edward
try it
Carson.
again.
Collaborate.
And I'm going to change it to send
Selected.
copy,
Send copy.
because that
Button.
definitely does
Carson.
seem to need to be the
Image.
case.
Mac dash test 2 zip. Send copy. iPad for Edward Carson. Jessica. Kylie Volbrecht. Messages.
That's messages.
Cliff, Mom. Shannon. Viola.
I don't know why she's not showing up
Cliff,
in
Jessica Carson Edward iPad. Send copy. Mac dash test 2026.
Everyone for 10
Pages.
minutes. Selected.
Let's change it to everyone and see.
Image.
Maybe it's not.
Mac dash test. Send cop. Kylie Alexa Volbrecht. AirDrop.
There it is. There it is.
Edward Kylie Alexa Volbrecht.
She must not have me in her contacts the right way. Well, what is up with that? She and I have to have a little talk about that.
Kylie Alexa Volbrecht.
All right, but she did. She's there, Kylie. So I'm gonna go ahead and double tap on her and then listen to her iPad.
Kylie. Image and illustration of an orange arrow and a white square.
Search. Search field.
Now,
Receiving off. But AirDrop. General. Back button.
all right,
About. Button.
let's go out of this
Apple Arcade folder.
And
7
see
apps.
what happened here.
Double tap to open.
And it says
AirDrop button.
it says waiting.
Edward
Does she have a focus mode on?
Kylie send Kylie Alexa Volbrecht. AirDrop.
Okay,
AirDrop.
AirDrop.
there we go.
Matthew Valbrecht would like to share Mac Test 2026. Pages. Decline. Button.
Decline or
Accept. Button.
accept, and I'll accept it.
Image and illustration
Cancel.
of an orange
Button.
arrow and
Apple
a white
Arcade
square.
folder. 7 apps.
And now what has
Double
happened
tap to Bible folder.
is
3
it's
apps.
going to open that up
Double
in
tap to
Pages for me, and it's really as simple as that. And so you can see how easy it is to share information between people. That is, by the way,
AirDrop.
a feature that requires you to both be in close proximity to each other. Now listen what's happened here.
Pages. Button. Mac Test. Pages. Button.
We double tap on Pages,
Pa-
and it'll open it up in Pages for us. You got to be
Pages. Creator Studio wordmark. Image. Question mark. Creator Studio. Welcome to Apple Collect. Continue.
I'm going
Button.
to hit continue.
What's new in Pages? Continue.
Continue.
Button. Cancel. Button. Load a document opened in reader mode. Use Mac. View option. Back. Table of. Share. More. Edit. Canvas. Reader mode on. Body. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. And hello, students. Dagger, welcome to our introductory session for the back button.
And there we go.
Pages.
All right.
Streak
So-
underscore flame underscore voiceover off.
So there you go. So again, with AirDrop, you want to have both devices in close physical proximity, both connected to, well, both signed into iCloud, both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. They don't actually have to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network, because AirDrop kind of creates its own ad hoc Wi-Fi network at the time. And the other thing is that if I did have somebody that I wanted to send to who isn't in my contacts, they would have to turn on everyone for 10 minutes, and it turns that back off then for security reasons. And then notice too that you can go into your settings and actually turn receiving off or what have you. Now there's also a feature called name drop, which allows you
305
to
landscape batteries.
exchange contact information with someone over AirDrop, right? So instead of having to, do it other ways, which there certainly are other ways, but that's another way you can do it. Bring the two iPads together. I might try that here. Let me just go back here.
3 apps. Double tap to open.
Dismiss pop-up.
Okay,
Back
let me
button.
get out of my Pages document
Pages.
here. And let's
All
just
pages.
see if I if I bring the, I think if I don't remember how to do that feature because I haven't done it in a while, but I know that we can actually, I might have to try that sometime for you. If we bring the two devices together, we should be able to exchange the contact information from one to the other.
Sketches.
And I will say,
Page 1 of maps.
even if you
Search.
don't do
Image.
that, let's go into my
Map.
contacts here a
Weather.
minute, and let's
Edward.
just show you.
Current location.
Launch contacts. All right, I'm just going to go to my contacts here. We can do it this way, too. Like, I can find my
Abode.
contact.
Screen
Let me go over here.
Page 1 of 1.
And let's,
Adjustable.
Close. View duplicates. Merging
okay, it wants to...
Matthew Grayson.
Apparently it thinks I have one duplicate contact. I'm going to have to look at that.
Sectioning.
But let's go down to my name here.
Cap you. Selected. So Kelly Val, Billy, Anthony V, Kathy Val, Jessica, Kylie, Matthew Grayson Val. Selected. Matthew
Doc.
Grayson Val.
Social folder. 3
Now,
apps.
what,
One new item.
what I can do...
Double tap to open.
Okay.
iPhone.
Is I can...
Home, email, other, email, forward, text, tone, emergency bypass on, forward, homepage, home, Apple Podcast.
all this information. Maybe that name drop thing only works for the phone.
Wife, son, daughter.
But I can
mother,
definitely share it this way.
father,
Go down
sister,
here.
Games, Twitter, notes, text field, send message, share contact.
Share
button.
contact.
Share contact, heading. Done. Selected. Contact photo for Matthew. Select.
It's letting me choose what I want to share. I can deselect
Screen
anything that I...
Saf-
Excuse me there. I can deselect anything I don't want to share.
Company. TTG Tech Services.
Looks like most everything's selected.
Anniversary.
Oh, my birthday and home stuff, that's not selected, but
Home.
that's
For-
okay because
Birth anniversary.
this is
Select anniversary. Son.
my...
Father. Sister. Selected.
Let's see.
Select
All right.
all fields.
I can select all fields.
Deselect all fields.
I can deselect all fields.
Share,
I can
selected,
customize what I want to share. Then I can hit done.
Done.
And then what it'll do is...
Image. White. Matthew Gret contact card. Shared info. iPad 4. Carson Vol. Jessica. Kylie Volbrecht. Messages. Cliff.
And I'm going to go ahead
Screen
and
dimmed.
message it to her
Image.
this time.
Added recipient. Vertical. Send. Button. Send. Image. White text in a blue circle. MV.
All right. And then whenever
Music.
she...
Double tap to open. Edit mode.
And truthfully,
Control center.
let me see if she has a
Pairs with Wi-Fi. Or lock rotate screen near right.
focus
Focus button.
on because then I won't hear the message come in. But when she sees that, she will be able to add it to her contacts. And I'll tell her to make sure that she actually adds it so we can properly airdrop without me having to go in and say everyone. Let's just go in here a minute. And all right, there we go. So anyhow, yeah, so she can add it to her contacts then.
Matthew Grayson Vol.
But that's how easy it is to share a contact with somebody. You can go in and you can oops, hold on a minute. There we go. Okay. You can go in and you can say share contact, and it will do it. Now, okay, let's see. Okay, she did get it. She actually must be... I know, I'll explain later. Okay. Alright, so anyway, sidetrack there for a moment. But, let me just tell her I'm testing for class. And she's responding to me. Doing a test for class, period. I don't think you had my contact in your iPad because I had to turn AirDrop to everyone so I could send you a document.
Inserted doing a test for class. I don't think
But you see how easy this stuff is. And that was the whole point of this, to show you can create something on one device, it shows up on another. You can edit something on one device, the edits show up on another. You can airdrop to somebody quickly. Another thing I want to show you is handoff. So I'm in messages right now on my iPad.
Undo. Dictate. Dictate. Message. Text field. Is editing. iMessage. Character mode. Insertion point at start.
You can hear that for yourself.
Use the rotor to access misspelled words, mentions, text effects. Kylie
Now,
Alexa Volbrecht is typing.
and she's
Kylie
still
Alexa
typing.
Volbrecht, stop
And
typing.
what she say?
Message received from Kylie. No, I have my
Okay.
own for you.
Yeah, she has her own for me. Now, if I unlock my iPhone while I'm in messages on my iPad, and I go to the app switcher on my iPhone, listen to what we have.
App switcher. Pages. Pages.
Now, there's Pages, okay? We were just in Pages before. But what I want you to see
Freeform.
is,
Messages. Tap I.
let me just go back into this. Listen to what's to the right of Pages. If I swipe one more time to the right,
Messages from Matthew's iPad 3 button.
messages from Matthew's iPad 3, and if I double tap on that, it's going to open messages right where I left off on this, on the iPad, in the same conversation, the same exact place. And in a similar way, let's get out of that. Let's open up Mail on my iPhone.
Tips.
All right.
iMovie. Search. Mail. 40 unread.
Mail.
Mail. Mailboxes. Back button.
Now I'm in Mail on the iPhone.
All inboxes. Heading.
And I'm going to touch, not the app switcher on the iPad, excuse me, but the dock of the iPad. Now, the left side of my dock already has Mail. We know that.
Dock. Safari. Music. Mail. 41 unread. Notes. Calendar. Photos.
But
One
now-
photo stream update.
Listen to the right side
Double
of that.
tap suggestions. Contacts. Pages. Mail. 41 unread emails.
Why
Double tap to open.
does Mail appear twice on my dock? Because the one on the right side is the handoff badge. It's going to take me exactly where I left off on the one that's currently open on the iPhone. If I do go to the app switcher,
Maps. The app switcher. Contacts. Messages. Active. Dock. Messages. Messages.
notice it doesn't have it in there like it does on the phone. Well,
Calendar.
again-
Photo. Suggestions. Contact. Pages. Mail. 41 unread emails.
That's because it is
Double tap to open.
on the dock on the right side. Now watch what happens.
Mail. 41
There's
unread emails.
Mail on my right side of my dock. I'm going to close Mail on the iPhone
Beach/road trips.
and put my
Matthew
phone to sleep.
Volbrecht.
Now watch the dock.
Page. Voice.
Because-
Page. Contacts. Dock. Photos. Suggestions. Contacts. Pages. Voice memos.
Notice
Double tap to open.
Mail went away from the right side of the dock as soon as I got out of it on my iPhone. Okay, praise God, that's working exactly as it should. And it picked the other most recent app that I had open, which was voice memos, and it replaced that spot on the dock. So that's handoff. If you want to quickly switch, again, the caveats are you got to be signed into the same iCloud account on both devices or all devices. You have to have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. You have to have the device awake that you're trying to transfer from. So in this case, it was my iPhone. I was going from Mail on that iPhone to the Mail app on my iPad. And so the iPhone remained awake in the app. The app has to be active, and it was. And then it showed up on the bottom right side of the dock on the iPad, and that works for any app that supports handoff. And if you're going the other direction, iPad to iPhone, it's going to be on the app switcher of the iPhone, the farthest app to the right, and then you just double tap it, and it takes you right to where you were on the other device. Now, you can also hand off phone calls from your iPhone to your iPad, so if I want to, if somebody calls me or I call them on my iPhone, I can quickly move the call to my iPad. If I'm using iPhone to HomePod, I can hand off music from one to the other. You can certainly hand off to the Mac as well, or from the Mac. All of these different things work. And these are what are known as continuity features, right? Now, I can even use my iPhone or my Apple Watch to control a slideshow or keynote presentation in the Keynote app on my iPad. So, I mean, there's really cool things you can do with this stuff. It is very, very powerful, and praise God, it works beautifully. You saw how easily and how well that worked. We airdropped something to Kylie. We opened it up in Pages immediately. This stuff is just truly incredible. And, the rest of the course, we're going to be looking mostly at apps and specific features and functions. But I really want you to see how they work together so brilliantly and so well. This week, my family and I will, or some of us anyway, will be traveling for a few days. And we have all kinds of uses for the various technologies like Apple Wallet and Siri shortcuts for our hotel room key and boarding passes and just really food reservations and an open table for restaurants, Instacart grocery order to get some stuff in the hotel room. I mean, this is all part of what I like to call the connected digital life. And we're going to be demonstrating a lot of that in this class. We're going to be teaching a lot of it in the days and weeks to come from now through to the end of May. Praise God, we've got a full agenda where we're going to show you a lot of this stuff. But today what I wanted you to get was just an idea of how some of it actually works in real life, real world, practical experience.
Thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Have an additional comment or feedback? Email us info@ttjtech.biz or info@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stiritup.com. And remember, subscribe to the newsletter when you're there. That way, you don't miss out on any upcoming announcements or events. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and see you next time.